Hey, Soul Tribe. Happy Valentine's Day or early Valentine's Day. So, we're going to be looking into the week ahead, which Valentine's Day is at the end of the week. So, one of the crystals that I've got for you guys this week, and this is in a bracelet form, this is Herkimer Diamond. Where am I holding it? Herkimer Diamond. So, let's read about this before I tell you a little bit about the potion to get you through the week. Then we'll tap into some astrology, some tarot reading. So this is a stone of high frequency, spiritual attunement, mental clarity. It's also a really good one for helping amplify the energy. Oh my gosh, Lyra, you scared me. Can you guys see her? Just in that little corner there. She might be just out of frame. Perfect timing. So anyway, it's there to help amplify the energy of other stones. So say, for example, for Valentine's Day or for this week, you could amplify it by using some rose quartz. So for example, if we look here with this beautiful pink rose quartz, you could even make, a little bit of a combination stone or a little bit of an energy grid, whatever you feel drawn to. That other stone that I'm seeing to work with this week is garnet as well. So to use for spiritual attunement, amplification, healing. It's also a very good versatile stone when it comes to meditation as well. But for me, it helps me to kind of, I know when I've bought just single pieces and things in the past, it's always when I want to sort of give myself a gift. And that's why I thought, let's talk about Herkimer Diamond today. So even though we're talking about Valentine's Day, does not mean that you have to exclude yourself from, what am I trying to say? Even though we're talking about Valentine's Day, does not mean that you need to be in a relationship to enjoy yourself. So we do have my beautiful love potion, which is the potion for the week. And you'll see why when we tap into some of the astrology. Also, if you're feeling that you need more of sort of like a nurturing vibe, we do have Heal a Broken Heart as well. So let me just share that before we move on. So here are my beautiful potions. So this is the one that we're talking about, Love Potion. And as I've shared with you guys before, you can have it as a tea, just like this. And this is the actual tea. It's amazing. And yeah, you can mix it with hot chocolate as well. Make a very strong brew. Mix it with, I love the mushroom hot chocolate with a bit of coconut milk is also really good. And the other thing that I want to share with you on here is the meditations. So getting amazing reviews on the Hypnotic Subliminal meditations. And thank you so much for you guys that have shared these so far. I'm really enjoying reading these, and it touches my heart. It just makes me sort of sit there and yeah, I'm just in this state of awe, but like feeling inspired by you guys, but also really feeling like this is the intention that I had when I was creating them. So I just want to share my heart with you guys and express my gratitude. Thank you. And I also have bookings available. So you will be able to come onto here and solreta.com. I'll link everything in the description box below. And you'll see there is a little special Valentine's Day little scroll that we've got at the bottom. So that Valentine's Day couples reading will also be in the description box below. So that is for the month of February. Let's get into some of the astrology. So let's start from the top. So this week, it's more about emotional truth, boundaries, learning how to stay connected to yourself whilst you're navigating relationships, also tapping into our desires and tapping into the changing energies that we've had coming up throughout this year already. So we'll begin talking about the 8th, which is today, my yesterday, depends on which hemisphere you're in. Anyway, on February 8th, we're having strong relationships, being activated by Venus squaring Uranus. So this can stir up feelings of restlessness, rebellion, emotional tension. I love a bit of emotional rebellion at times in the funnest way possible. So you may also be feeling torn between wanting closeness or craving freedom. Old relationship patterns, financial habits, and emotional attachments may all of a sudden feel a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit more restrictive. So this is definitely a powerful day for noticing when you're compromising what your truth is and where you're holding yourself back, whether this is in relationship growth or financial growth as well. So it's not about making impulsive on the spot decisions. This is really about just reflecting and seeing what desires to come up. We also will have the Scorpio moon. This will also heighten emotional intensity. It'll heighten our intuition, our psychic perception. It might also help us to identify the feelings that are running more deeply ingrained and the patterns and the things that are sort of motivating us and being catalysts for moving us forward. So it also helps to tap us into unspoken emotions, energetic entanglements, and a lot of you guys that are sensitive as well will feel these. So you might notice certain people also popping up that you have these emotional undercurrents or emotional entanglements with. I like to think about it as quantum entanglements is another way to put it. So just notice if those little strings are getting little tugs and pulls, or if you're feeling that you're sort of reflecting or thinking about certain people, they might also be thinking or reflecting about you as well. So on the February the 9th, we will have a more reflective phase with the last quarter moon in Scorpio. So this is definitely more of a powerful moment to release things. It's also kind of like an inner moment of balance, definitely a time to sort of just take a little bit of a time out, reassess everything before we integrate everything that we're sorting out emotionally. It's like a little sorting, sifting box. So really looking at like what it is that we would like to keep, what it is that we would like to purge or get rid of or discard. So you'll really be noticing what no longer fits in your life. And you may have even noticed over the last 6 months, sort of like an undercurrent energy of thoughts popping up, and then you sometimes will dismiss them. So just notice, catch yourself on that subconscious where things are coming up. Just go, okay, I'm creating a little bit of awareness around this, and just notice how often things are coming up and repeating. So around February the 10th, we have things start to soften as Venus will enter Pisces, and it will be there until the 6th of March as well. So this will bring more energy of tenderness, compassion, more spiritual connection, which I love, and more romantic, intuitive and soulful energies will also be coming up. So you might be feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual, a bit more empathic, a little bit more open-hearted. I've definitely been feeling it. I always sense it just a little bit early. So just kind of like a little bit of emotional, not fragileness, but just sort of knowing that you need to kind of get wrapped up in a blanket and cuddled and adored is one way to put it. So it feels like a good time for that. So go and cuddle and adore who you love. So it's a beautiful time for healing, creativity, deep emotional bonding, which is really beautiful, especially for this Valentine's Day. And at the same time, boundaries can also get a little bit blurred. So you might find that where you've got certain connections, or maybe you've had feelings that other people might not be feeling exactly the same way, or there might be misunderstandings or blurred lines. And hello, Lyra. Look at that little head. Oh, are you going to come back up again? We can see you. Anyway, she might re-enter in a second. So with this as well, just be careful that you're not going down a fantasy. So sometimes we can have ideas and we can have, fantasies about how we think things are, or idealization. Just be careful that you're not sort of going down a lost path, that you are still intact with reality. So throughout the middle of the week, we will have themes more based around growth, around awareness. So just slow down, just go at a bit more of a slower pace, really to kind of honestly reflect on what your needs are, especially emotionally. So just allowing space for that reflection. You might also find that your motivation, whether it comes to work or other things, might just feel like it's a little bit off track or a little bit of a dip this week. This is just your energy needing to take a little bit of space and just reassess things and really kind of tap into how you're feeling about everything. So you might feel a little bit more tired than usual. But by the end of the week, we're going to be feeling much lighter, more future focused. We'll have a sense of preparing ourselves for what's coming up next, mentally, emotionally. So you might be feeling a little bit more in tune, a little bit more psychic, just noticing emotions within your body too that are also coming up to be released. We also will have If we look at it overall for this week, it's more about emotional maturity, energetic boundaries, and soul alignment. So definitely a good time, as we said before, to release what no longer serves, and also to have a look at where you've been guarding yourself. So there is a sense too of being okay to access the vulnerable side. It's to say the thing that you don't want to say. I think she might be about to come back up. Hi. She's meowing. I'll let you in a second, baby. So one of my favorite decks that I haven't had out for so long, the Universal Love Healing Oracle Guide. So before we get into tarot, let's just get a card for the overall week. And this is the Tony Salerno deck, who's one of my favorite artists, especially when it comes to decks. And we have the card of Retreat. So you can see these are well loved. I've had these since I was, gosh, I think about 2021. Crazy how fast time goes. But yeah, so definitely reflect. It is a good time to retreat. And we see that within the water in that picture too, that she's sort of laying on the beach in a bit of a timeout. There's a sense of also letting go into the water or letting the emotions flow, because we know that water helps us to tap in and connect with our emotions. It's all connected to flow as well. So let's have a look into the tarot. We may pick another one of these at the end. But happy Valentine's Day to you all. What are your plans for Valentine's Day? What do you think you guys will be doing? I just saw my little shaman card. So we've got a foot in each world for this week. So, oh, hi, Lara. We can see you now. So let's have a look and see what's coming up. So that beautiful Prince of Cups energy. I do feel this is also about reaching out, telling your friends and family how much you love them too. Making people feel seen is also what I'm getting. And I'm just getting told to flip these over. Usually we'll feel into them, but we have 5 cards, so let's go. So we have the love card and the marriage card right next door. So the first card is 6 of Wands. So we've got victory energy, we've got Jupiter, expansion energy, Leo energy. This for me is always about feeling into or holding the energy and space and feeling an emotion of what would it feel like for the highest timeline to unfold? What is it that I'm desiring at the moment? So I do feel this is coming up in that reflective type state. And we have a recalibration around relationship energy. So 2 of Cups, the card of love, the card of spiritual marriage, 4 of Wands, which is also a card of completion, Venus and Aries. So that with the victory card is what we're being asked to hold intentionally, to really feel that into our hearts, projected out into the quantum in a way that we would like. What we do have is a little bit of 9 of Swords energy, but I feel this is the only sort of like harder card or challenge that we have for this week. So 9 of Swords, we see Mars and Gemini energy, known as a card of cruelty, but this is essentially energy that keeps us up at night. It's sometimes where we're replaying things or rehashing things in our mind as well. Spirit's actually encouraging us to let go of that and to put the dominant focus onto this energy, which will bring about an Ace of Coins. So with this, when the hand of God or the universe is giving us an Ace of Coins, we actually need to step up to the plate to take action on it. So whether this is going out for lunch invites or dinner invites, or whether it's taking yourself out to groups and events and things where you're actually more likely to meet people. So let's just get some little clarification around that. And at the bottom of my deck, I've got an Ace of Wands. So just definitely listening to spiritual inspiration, ideas when they hit you. We also have the Tower card too, and we have the 6 of Wands again. So one of the ideas for some of you may actually be to change direction. And it's things that have been slipping out from under us for a little bit with the Tower card. Usually there's signs, there's symptoms of things, so that when, say, relationships collapse or, jobs all of a sudden are non-existent, we usually have had the intuition or the sense that that's been happening. So when the Tower card comes in, it's usually the universe coming to kind of take that rug out from underneath us, but it's for our best and highest good, because there's other paths opening up for some of you. There's more victory, more things that are in alignment with who it is that you are as a soul, And we've got the Eight of Wands. So for some of you, there may be a little bit of confusion energy. What we need to focus on is Three of Cups. So have a look at what fills your cup, what feels in alignment. Look at these beautiful hummingbirds too, and the gorgeous spiral that we see at the top, that Celtic spiral. And with the Eight of Wands, you guys know that I talk about this being a quantum leap card. So if things are shifting and changing for you, try not to think about it in terms of, oh my gosh, this is being ripped out from under me, or it's not the ending. See it as yourself as a main character, and we're being redirected. Your character's got a new scene or a new episode that's about to begin. So if we can tap in and look at it with excitement for the unknown, it definitely, they're giving me the word unhealed. We're letting go and we're purging things that are unhealed. And we've got the Seven of Wands, the Six of Disc. So with the Seven of Wands, this is things that we've maybe had to work on. So we look at the Seven of Wands, I always give the analogy of we're kind of like having to deal with things that keep coming at us. But the Six of Disc is that card of success. And this is Taurus energy as well. So it does feel like things are changing for our best and highest good, even though for some of us, it might not feel like it. So yeah, I definitely would be catching up with friends. If you are going through a little bit of something right now, please reach out. Don't feel that you have to, go through things alone. And let's just get some words of advice from Spirit. We've got the Mythios deck. And we have Balance and Justice, Four of Wands. We've got Five of Cups, the Death card. We also have two together, Three of Swords and the World card. So this is a very strong, clear message at the moment. We have Justice, and this is around relationship situations with a Five of Cups. So if you feel someone has let you down, this is not about like having to take things into your own hands. It's a little bit of karmic karma hitting and biting some people, because we've got the Death card, we've got the Three of Swords and the World card. So we're seeing things that are ending around people that have maybe been dishonest or maybe upset, or maybe given you this Five of Cups energy, grief, sorrow, fear, this energy of feeling stuck. And then when we have the Three of Swords with this, there's sometimes not the biggest truths that are being told in relationships that have this kind of energy. And the World card. So Spirit's actually saying there's something that's coming up for some of you. This is not a message for everyone, by the way. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if it's not a love situation, this may even apply to other areas. So have a look at like where you perhaps are not feeling as aligned anymore on a spiritual or a work level for that matter. Have a look at like what is trying to be reborn. What is it within you that's feeling that you've outgrown certain situations and settings. Look at things that you're not tolerating anymore as well, is another theme that we're seeing come up in these cards. But we have the World card. So we know with this, we need to surrender and release so that the new things can come in. Let's get a love card just before we finish. Oh, and if you guys are looking for the couples reading, the Hypnotic Subliminals, or my potions, have a look in the link in the description box below. You'll find everything there. So we have the card of celebration. Look how beautiful these cards are. So let's read this card of celebration to get the bigger message with this, because I feel guided to read this one. And we also had victory celebration too, with the Six of Wands coming out. So your ideas and goals are about to manifest. This is the time of celebration, a time to give thanks to the universe. Remember the importance of celebration. Celebration is a ritual through which we honor our blessings before embarking on the next step. Stop and celebrate what you already have. So beautiful message. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to reading for those that have got readings through the week. And if you would like, I still have one day left for readings for this week. The other days are booked out. So have a look at the description box below. I'm sending you guys so much love and big, big Valentine's Day hugs. Have a beautiful week.